Good morning. This is Pastor Jay from Messiah Lutheran Church. My devotional reading this morning was from one of my favorite passages in Galatians chapter 3. And there was a verse in there that stuck out at me that I think doesn't always do that. I think usually I gravitate toward some other verses in that passage, but in that chapter. But I was struck this morning by the phrase, "For you are all children of God through faith in Christ Jesus." It's really true that America has always practiced some form of identity politics. Going back to Virginia in the 1600s, you were either white or, we would now say, Native American or black, and those were the identity groups. The Pilgrims came to this country because they wanted to establish a place where part of their identity was their religion, was their version of Christianity. So we've always had this focus on identity in a way that maybe sometimes we forget today. But your identity, if you are a follower of Christ, your identity is that you are a child of God. Genesis tells us that we were all made in the image of God. We were made to be good. We were made with this great capacity for relationship. We were made with this great capacity to love, to have relationship with God, to have relationship with each other. What we call sin, what the church sometimes called sin, I like to just call messed upness. We mess it up by being self-centered. But Jesus came and made the ultimate and the final sacrifice for us. He actually gave his life on a cross to win the victory, to set us free from that sin, from that mess-upness, from that self-centeredness. He gives us this marvelous look at what it means to not be self-centered, but to be self-giving. And in doing that, he makes us all, through faith in him, children of God. Restoring our relationship with God the Father, restoring in us the image of God. So I invite you today to remember that however our society would define you, because our society still identifies people by identity and lines that have nothing to do with the way God looks at us. Remember that you are a child of God. Remember that you are loved by God. Remember that Jesus gave his life for you, and Jesus gave his life for those other folks who maybe you don't think share your identity. Have a blessed day.